Mace Hammertime. Mace Hammertime. Mace Hammertime. The Mace Hammertime MMA Power Hour Show.
Welcome to the Mace Hammertime MMA Power Hour. Introducing your host, a man who needs no introduction, the living legend. He's a fighter, action star, male model, part-time baker, and sweet love maker. His victories too vast to count, his defeats stand at zero. He's the one, the only, the deadliest man in the known universe, Mace Hammertime. With your co-host, expert in training, Ronnie J. And the all-knowing, all-seeing Deuce Almighty. So strap in and get ready for the greatest show in combat sports, the Mace Hammertime MMA Power Hour.
Aloha,
everybody.
Oh, guys.
This is Mace Hammertime, the deadliest man in the known universe, and now the multiverse. I saw this movie, Doctor Strange, or something like that. So there's a multiverse. I'm the deadliest man in that as well. So 500-0, never been touched, never been hit, never been defeated. I'm here with the experts.
Ronnie J.
Deuce Almighty.
We're here coming at you with the greatest show in combat sports, and literally the greatest show, period. The Mace Hammertime MMA Power Hour Show. We took a little time off last week to let you guys breathe from all this awesome information. Truth is, I do a little bit of top secret work. I don't want to get into too much, but it involved this thing called the rabbit's foot. I was traveling around the world. They basically had to go base jump off the side of a glass building.
That sounds crazy.
It was cool.
That does sound crazy.
Yeah. I did a bunch of stuff. Turns out nobody even knows what the rabbit's foot is. They pulled a double cross. Long story short, I made it out of there alive. And the rabbit's foot is now in a maximum security holding facility, apparently. So anyway, that's what I do on my off
Your
time.
life should be a movie, Mace.
It could be. And the truth is, this is what the Hammer Time lifestyle is all about, though. You know, we fly around, we do crazy, amazing
G6
things.
shit.
G6 all the time.
All day, every day.
And listen, we were just talking. Is it good? Is it okay to have 3 scoops of BCA?
Hey,
Fuck no.
it feels
Not
good.
at-
I'm gonna tell
not
you
at
that.
once, bro.
What is-
Not
what
at
do-
once.
What do BCAs actually do?
Oh,
'Cause
fuck.
Because
I don't
and
know
what would an
exactly.
overdose on BCAs look like?
I think you
Hey.
foam at the mouth.
We about to find
I
out.
one time overdosed on some Swizzle sticks and some Ovaltine, but that was a couple trips to the bathroom only.
Pretty much BCAs just help build muscle, decrease muscle fatigue, and alleviate muscle soreness.
Oh,
Okay.
I probably drink too many of those. I'm too big. Ronnie J, you might need to have 3 scoops.
Nah, but like at some point you just start pissing it out.
You're
It's
not
like
even
any
using
other,
it.
any other
You're
vitamin.
You're
you know?
basically
That's
wasting.
fat.
Yes.
That's facts. Damn.
Nah,
I
but
ain't
you
think that
also
through.
might foam at the mouth.
It happens.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to take it easy on your Flintstone vitamins too?
Yeah, that's
Can't eat the whole
Ye-
bottle at once.
I never liked those because of how chalky they were, but then I
Bro.
did like the sourness.
Now they have now. They
I
have
didn't like them at all. Like I had to get force fed those. I hated
Oh,
it.
the
damn.
Flintstones.
I did. I hated those.
Now they have it in gummy form.
Yeah, those are bomb.
Everything comes in gummy form though.
Yeah.
That is
Everything, even
true.
cataract medicine. So
more than cataract medicine.
more than cataract comes in gummies. So so the BCAs, is that part of your regular routine there, Ronnie J?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
So what was is it usually before workout or after workout for you?
I do both. Like usually I do 2 scoops like before the workout and then 2 scoops afterwards.
Oh, so pretty much BCAs are branched chain amino acids. And
Gotcha.
again, like they help you alleviate muscle soreness and then like decrease muscle fatigue, especially when you're training throughout the day. And if I sound a little stuffy, I'm fucking like allergies are fucked up. Hella
Oh,
nasal
bro.
drip.
At the
But
beach
my
villa.
bad. I didn't mean to
yes.
cut you off. I
Nah,
just wanted to
you're
explain what
perfectly
BCAAs
fine.
were.
I feel that.
No,
That
no.
allergy shit was hitting me.
Usually during my trainings, I go with I usually train, and after training, I have a feast of haggis and room temperature ales. But anyway, BCAs might be inside the haggis. What about so what else is part of your training? Like what do you?
My training,
Yeah. Because you have
bro,
a fight
it's
coming up, correct? Fights.
Yeah, I'm fighting in like 3 weeks.
Yes.
Hell
4
yeah.
weeks. Yeah, the 29th in Myrtle Beach. Come see me.
Oh, he's
So,
about to bring the pain.
Oh, for sure, for sure. But for me, it's a lot of food. Like, getting like steak from the fucking butcher shop, getting like salmon from the butcher shop.
Fresh lean
Yeah,
meats.
fresh, like really good shit, high
Yeah,
quality
yeah.
shit. And just pretty much trying to eat as clean as possible. Tracking your foods, making sure you're getting enough carbs and
Yeah.
all that shit. Just tracking all your food, all your macros.
Yeah, you got to pay attention what you put in your body. You know,
Facts.
yeah.
Facts.
So,
Crack.
so what would you say is that the biggest difference in your training is just eating clean?
Yeah.
There's no one. You don't have like a favorite supplement or something that you really enjoy that gives
Favorite
you like
supplement.
not just the Bang energy drinks, but
I fucking hate anything caffeine. I don't drink caffeine
None at
other
all.
than tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like,
your?
I don't like get coffee. Like,
You're not
I
a
don't,
coffee guy.
Nah.
Yeah.
What
Or
about?
bangs or like I
Yeah.
don't. I feel a certain way about athletes saying they're athletes but running off artificial energy.
You know what? You want to know something about the Bangs? Every time I drink one of those, I feel stupider. They make you feel dumb when you drink them.
Never had one.
Yeah, I tried the bubblegum popcorn flavored one or whatever the fuck it is.
Ew.
Yeah, whatever the flavor. They have weird ass flavors. They have like cotton candy and stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, I know what you mean about that. And that's like kind of
Bro, I'm so against it. I'm so
caffeine.
against it. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. Like, if you like, oh, I need this to start my day. Like, why are you a fucking athlete then?
just
Like, if you need artificial energy for you to go do your job, then like, nah.
well, it's more like
especially when it's like it's your body though. You can control all of your energy levels by
what if
doing
it
the
only
right shit.
enhances your day, and I don't necessarily need it to get my day going.
I feel that.
I use it
Ooh.
so I believe in nootropics, correct?
Mhm.
Like
For
I do
sure.
feel the sadness of an addict of coffee who needs that to get their day going. But I will tell you this, that I'm not opposed to cataract medicines. I'm not opposed to the use of if I'm feeling great and I can feel greater, then I might take the opportunity to feel greater. Now, for people who do not drink coffee, and you don't drink coffee ever or regularly have caffeine, I do not recommend that you go out and drink coffee because it is strong
Yeah.
as fuck.
Yo,
Like-
that shit's addictive too.
Well, it's addictive, but if you don't drink coffee and you drink coffee, it's kind of like not taking cataract medicine and then taking cataract medicine. You're going to be really affected by the effects of caffeine. It's a very strong stimulant, but people drink it every day, so you don't really notice it, kind of like cataract medicine. Anyway, so but you know, I do agree
That,
though.
nah, I like how you put that together.
There is a
That'll
sa-
definitely make me think about it differently though, for
Yeah.
sure.
But there is a sadness when people like I can't go without the coffee. Like there's
Yeah,
definitely
like
that.
I feel that, and I'm like, bro, like we literally get up every day, we go run, we go do all these.
You should be able to do it
Like,
regardless.
yeah, like
Yeah.
why can you not like just
No, I
eat the
100%
right
get that.
foods or just do the right shit?
I think it's a mental thing. I think people get I think a lot of people get addicted to that ritual and that smell because coffee is a very distinct smell, flavor,
So
and it
many
has an
different
effect on
kinds.
you. But the truth is if you drink coffee for an extended amount of time, it doesn't really do that for you.
Faux show.
And I'll tell you what, though, I know people who don't have coffee, they'll get a headache, and that's also not good when you have a physical need for it. It's not good as well.
Withdrawal.
But I'm not in the energy drinks. I feel like I feel silly when I drink one.
Me too.
Really, I feel, especially like if I'm rolling down the highway in my Bugatti and I gotta need a little pick me up, and I can't get a really Italian cappuccino, I'll hit up a Red Bull because it's pretty much the same thing. But anyway, so
I'll take, like, if I'm doing a long drive, like driving like 9 hours or something like that, then I'll definitely like do a 5-hour energy halfway through.
just get in there, yeah. So it's a tool.
Question: if you take 2 5-hour energies, do you have 10 hours of energy now?
I think you get 10 hours in 5 hours.
Oh no.
You get
That's great. Yo.
you just start turning orange from all the niacin in it. Your skin gets all itchy. It does.
Starts
Bro,
vibrating.
you turn into the thing.
Yeah, you know, if you have too much of those 500, I think you have niacin in them. That stuff makes your skin all itchy and turns you orange and shit.
Yikes.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah,
wait,
yeah.
so wait.
Emphasis
so
on that.
say if you think coffee and cataract medicine and all that shit is the same, do you think that fighters like should be able to drink coffee or do whatever day of?
This is exactly. We had this conversation, I think, on a previous one, but this is something I've
So
talked
many
about other
times.
people. Of what is performance enhancing? And you're right. Should you like right before you go into the ring? Let's say you're about to go fight in the cage. You just fucking shotgun like 6 monsters.
That's
Are you allowed to do that?
insane.
You just like shotgun
Yeah, I
6
mean-
monsters. But you said that behind in there's I've never been in a sanctioned fight because I'm too deadly. But they in sanctioned fights,
Oh yeah, there's definitely like officials in there.
you can't drink anything but water.
Bro, you can't walk in there with anything open. And then like yeah, it has to only be water. Like you can't add anything into the water like BCAAs. I've asked that because I was like last summer, we like I started taking creatine every day, BCAAs every day. And then when I went to go fight, I was like, yo, like we were having the fighter meeting and I had like all this shit with me.
Yeah, yeah.
And I couldn't take any of it.
Mm.
And I was like, fuck.
Yeah. So, but so what about like a caffeine pill or something like that?
I mean, if you fucking sneak that shit, then you snuck it. But like,
Yeah, but
You
so
know
so
that-
you could, but
Nah,
like, but when they're talking about fluids, you can't bring fluids in.
nah,
Oh my gosh,
Not even a
crazy!
Gatorade.
you can't take anything in the like. You can't like fucking do some powders. Like you can't fuck around with nothing. It's just the water like that's in there, and they give you water.
Cool. Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So I get so that's unlocked. But and now we were talking about like the same thing with like Olympic sprinters and stuff like that right before they head out to the blocks or like pounding energy drinks to get in the game. You know,
They're
like, well,
sponsored energy drinks.
Yeah, how does that work? You know, it's very interesting to think about what we consider performance enhancing, but caffeine is definitely performance enhancing.
Yeah.
It definitely is. It's 100%. Otherwise, why would you take it?
Yeah.
I mean, think about it.
I mean, you
It's,
said it earlier. It enhances your day. Like, what else could it enhance?
it works. It's
Yeah.
legitimately a stimulant. It's literally what powered the industrial revolution in the world. I mean, it's
So USADA should technically let everybody do what the fuck they want.
well. So this is something else I wanted to talk about with USADA because yes, we move into more like MMA stuff. Like with USADA, does USADA work for the UFC? And does UFC control who USADA talks to?
Why the fuck does Dana always say he doesn't understand or he doesn't know? Well, I
because-
guess that's the law.
Plausible
but-
deniability. Because he definitely it's weird. It's a weird kind of gray area. He doesn't really control
Some people
per
get
se.
the jacket, some people don't.
Exactly. Paulo Costa should have got his jacket a while ago. He's passed a bunch of drug tests, to be fair.
Yeah. I mean, I it's just odd because I thought that they were a complete third party.
Yeah.
I thought they were completely, but they're not. Apparently, they're employed by the UFC, and so
yeah.
if that's the case, then there could be some sort of conflict of interest in regards to that because I don't know. I really think that there's probably a lot of guys doing a lot of stuff, a lot of guys and girls in mixed martial arts that are doing a lot of things that are probably pretty close to being illegal or illegal and not necessarily known to be illegal yet. I think there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to feel about it because again, we're talking about a very wide area of, I mean, if you watched ADCC the other day, Gordon Ryan is literally angry Santa Claus on testosterone.
I think he's natural.
No way that guy's natural.
Well,
Because nobody in that is natural. Everybody knows that. Nobody's
Come on
natural.
now.
If nobody's natural.
it's
then-
jujitsu. It's the gentle art. They don't need muscles.
okay, then why is he jacked like he looks like a 1985's action star? dude?
That's genetics, man.
Yeah, that guy's all genetics. That's natty.
That's big gorge genetics right there.
Dude, every single guy in that ADCC is
Andre Gaval is a man of honor. He would never do steroids.
yeah, that's totally not steroids right there.
I see a man who's worked very hard for his physique.
Yeah, you work really hard on steroids. That's how you look.
That's not steroids.
Okay.
I'm-
Angry Santa Claus is all. I mean, maybe
Bro, he shaved
maybe-
all of that.
dude, maybe he's into haggis and ales. Who knows? Maybe he's on the Mace Hammertime diet because that's kind of what I look like without my shirt on. But I
Hell
mean,
yeah.
I'm a little more sculpted. But it's like where do you draw the line on what's legal and legal and what guys shouldn't be doing? It's hard. But you saw it effective. You guys think it's effective?
Yes and no.
I mean, it's effective, I'm sure, but I'm sure there's like an agenda that the UFC is trying to push. Like, why hasn't Connor been like tested? You know, what
In
I
a
mean?
year.
Sure. They can make things disappear.
Yeah,
Like they can definitely be like, we're not going to do that right now.
Yeah.
Or Connor's like, I'm coming back. I'm going to make you guys a bunch of money. Leave me alone for a year. I don't need to be tested. I'm on my yacht. I'm rich. Leave me the fuck alone. He gets like a special privilege. Let's not kid ourselves.
Not just him. Remember what happened with Nate Diaz? They told him straight up, hey, you failed this test. Like, just keep that information on the down low until we finish our investigation, which has become their policy, but it was still like people didn't know that at that time. So it was kind of shady. This is before the Jorge Masvidal fight.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's probably, I bet they're probably catching 1 out of every 10 guys that are cheating.
I think it's more than that. They just don't say anything. They just keep it under wraps until
They don't
finish
give a shit about some of these
investigation.
other scrubs though. I mean, like they're testing hundreds of people.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of guys doing a lot of different stuff trying to get up in that business. And they'll, when people are ambitious, they'll do anything. So you're trying to make a name for yourself in the UFC. It's hard.
it's funny because you see you'll see someone like Ryzen, and then you won't hear about him for 2 years, and then you're like, oh, he's back. You're like,
He's
I
back.
wonder why he's out.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens. Guys.
Sean O'Malley.
He definitely tested that one time, and
that's what's weird about that. So the thing he tested positive for, I don't remember the name. I know it started with an O, but it doesn't necessarily it enhances
he
strength.
tested positive for Vagisil.
Come on now. Why are you so? We're gonna get into that later.
No. Listen, I love Sean O'Malley. The older he gets and the more he's around the business, I think he's becoming more and more
aware.
He's a smart guy. He's not stupid.
Yeah, but he got tested. He tested positive for some shit that's not necessarily illegal. He tested positive for I'm pretty sure you could get it
Ostarine.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get that over the counter.
Yeah, you get it by putting Vagisil on. So anyway, Sean O'Malley, Sean O'Malley's still technically undefeated. He can come get it anytime he wants, right? In his mind, he's undefeated, so he can take the Hammer Time challenge anytime he wants. He wants to come get this.
He's about to have to fight fucking Cheeto Vera again.
You think if he's got to fight.
He's gonna beat up Peter. He's gonna beat up Jan, and then he's gonna beat up Cheeto. It's gonna be crazy.
You think that's gonna happen?
I mean, I think he's gonna outpoint Jan.
And where does Kevin Lee fit into all this?
In EFC where he belongs.
That guy, remember the Motor City Madman or whatever his name
Bro,
was?
no, that was the dumbest nickname I'd ever
The
heard.
Motown Phenom, right?
Oh, the Motown Phenom.
That was cool. That was fine, but they really did call him the Motor City something.
Something, but dude, that guy, I don't think I've ever seen
a bigger waste of talent.
No, he wasn't that talented. He was a really good athlete. Who's a superior athlete. Like he's a super freaky good athlete, and but he's just not very good fighter, man.
I don't
At
think
the
that's
highest level.
He's very smart.
Boom. That's exactly. He just didn't put shit together.
I think you're right about that. I think that I think that he actually sees the game really well as an observer. When he makes his hot takes, people laugh at him. They're like, but I'm like, well, he's kind of right, but he can't do it himself.
Yeah.
When he gets in there and he's in the situation, you're right. He just completely goes into another stupid place. He also gets tired. And, he gets really tired.
He gets staff a lot too.
He a dirty dude,
bro. He's had staff in 3 fights.
It's just bro, you're in the UFC. Like, where are you and what are you doing
Like, wash your ass, bro.
to not
I'm
like?
Yeah.
sorry.
Like, it's on your chest, bro. It's like
We can see that
dead
shit.
center.
That looked
It's
pretty obvious.
raging.
He looked like Iron Man had an infection. It's like all gross.
Yeah.
Like,
Nah,
Yeah.
see, I know it is training at he trains at boxing gyms, and they don't really like clean. They don't really clean their shit like that.
Yikes.
boxing gyms notoriously disgusting, huh?
Yeah,
I mean, I've never seen like you. When every time you think about a boxing gym, it's a dingy old.
yeah.
Like,
They don't
everything's
clean.
dingy
Yeah,
and
there's a little
stale.
old guy in the corner.
It's
I
your
ain't here no
first day. You
belt.
get sweaty gloves.
Yeah, everything stinks. Yep. Yeah. I don't know. You're right though. He is, and he also like
Facts, though.
Kevin Lee's also a quitter.
Yeah,
He quits. He has a breaking point. And some people do, some people don't. Some people's threshold's really high.
Yo, Oliveira and fucking Makachev.
That's coming up.
I'm so excited.
You wanted that? Those are some quality 155-pound fighters.
Yo,
Yes.
what the fuck? I'm excited.
This is gonna be one of
Now-
the most technical, like lightweight fights.
Ronnie J and I talked about this right before he came in. I said, let's pump the brakes and save some of this conversation. Let's just hope I want to see a fight. At least I want to see.
It's
at
going
least-
like 4 rounds at least.
I would love to see 3 rounds, of
Bro,
this,
if
no matter
either
what.
one of them gets a first round submission, I'm
I'm
gonna
be
be mad.
pissed.
I'm gonna be mad.
Be
I'm gonna be
pissed.
upset.
One of those ones like because Oliveira could do that. Oliveira could catch you.
That's
and
the thing.
one
Like,
thing when he hits you and he sees you, he doesn't try to hit you again. He tries
He
to get on your back
waits.
and choke you.
yeah,
Like he just slides right on you
easily, and that's what I'm
Into the
scared
choke.
of.
into the choke, right
into the
choke.
choke.
But the thing about Islam is him and Khabib both do this shit, and I hate it. But I mean, they do it at an advantage. But like, you can't. They put themselves in guillotines on purpose, and I don't like that. Like they use the leverage from the guillotine to escape because they're fighting lesser grapplers. Like Khabib did against, I think both.
I mean,
Dustin
if
and
you
Conor.
drill it, and you know how to pass guard, then
You got to be really, really good to catch a high level grappler in a guillotine like that.
yeah.
But it can be done. And it's
Who do you think's the better grappler?
out of those two?
Yeah.
I haven't seen enough of Islam to be honest with you.
Mm,
I know Charles Oliveira is the greatest submitter in UFC history.
mm.
So, if that being said, he's the best grappler that's probably in UFC history. He's got like 15 submissions.
Yeah.
Like that's insane. So you can't. I don't think it's even debatable. The only fight that I think is even intriguing to me, which I think Charles Oliveira is going to really put the hurt on. It's hard because Oliveira gets hit, and if he does get hit, which has happened in every fight.
Islam's not really powerful.
Well, we'll see if Islam follows him to the ground because remember Justin Gaethje kept on tagging him,
Really,
but Justin Gaethje would not go to the ground with Charles Oliveira. He kept on.
he
telling
better
him
go
up.
to the ground.
Would Islam go to the ground?
Oliveira is gonna knock him out.
I bet he might, but here's the thing: Oliveira always gets tagged a lot. in the
does
first
get
round.
hit.
And then what like I'm saying is, what the big mistake that I think Gaethje made was he thought he could keep on doing that to him. Those guys, he doesn't get knocked out.
He
though.
adapts. He adapts
Yeah,
to that.
but it's so crazy because you knock down Oliveira and he gets a fucking like a 20 count
Yeah.
because nobody wants to engage him on the ground. Then so he's like, I'm gonna recover now. Cool, I'm back. So you have to knock him dead to finish him.
And
Because
I don't think Islam can do that.
I don't think that Islam is going to let him get back up. I think Islam is going to follow him to the ground and try to
I
beat him
hope
on the
he
ground.
does.
I hope
That's
he does
when
too.
things get
The-
interesting.
This is where This is what we're talking about now. This is where Charles Oliveira could just jump on his back and choke him in the first 45 seconds. We're like, no,
That-
there we
and,
go.
And I'm gonna
And
break
then
my
he's
TV.
Then he's like jumping out of the ring and doing the whole Brazilian celebration. Now they go in the crowd. Yeah, he does his thing. He does his shoulder shimmy. Yep.
Bro, I love that shit so much.
And then he's
bro.
calling out Khabib, and then Khabib's like, "I'm 225. Can I make 155? I don't know."
He gonna do it. He gonna do a Rocky montage.
There's no way Khabib.
It's gonna be a
there's no way
Rocky
Khabib
IV.
could make welterweight right now.
Not with the Rocky
Bro,
Four
he's
montage.
240.
You think he's 240 right now?
Bro, he looks like
He's
Cartman.
okay. Let's.
He
not
looks
get
like him and
crazy.
Daniel Cormier have been eating at Popeyes too much together.
Let's
they-
not get crazy. He's like 210.
He is. He looks.
He's 5'8". Like, come on now. He's 5'8", 210. Like that's why he looks
20.
15.
Every time I see him, yo,
15, 215.
he looks different.
because he's short. Like I don't.
he's not short. He's 5'10.
He's 5'10". I thought he was 5'8". Yeah, okay, he might be.
Everybody be lying,
He
bro.
might be 220.
Listen, Khabib is a giant dude who weight bullied to a 29-0 record.
I could
Let's not
never.
kid ourselves.
I would never.
That
Like-
dude is and he's a good fighter and a great at what he did, but that dude is not a 155-pound dude. He is massive. His head is fucking as big as most people's chests.
Most of his fights when he was in Russia were at welterweight.
Well, watch it, dude. If you like, I always he looks like he's short because he's huge sideways, kind of like Matt Hughes. Matt Hughes is really tall.
Matt Hughes is 5'9" as a welterweight.
But then you look at like Khabib. I think Khabib's more closer to 5'11" because he's taller than Conor McGregor. And if you see him standing next to you, you're like, oh, he's fucking right. He's a big fucking huge dude. So if Oliveira does beat Makhachev, that's going to be what everybody's going to be asking for. Khabib has to come and fight him. He's never going to fight him because he's never going to make 155 pounds. He would die. He'd probably die because now he's 34, 35 years old, hasn't cut weight for a long time, nearly died a couple other times trying to cut weight. So I don't think he even wants to, but that would be the most annoying thing after the fact because everybody's going to think, and especially if Charles Oliveira runs through Makhachev, everybody's going to think that Khabib versus Oliveira would be a good fight. Now Khabib comes out of retirement, let's say hypothetically speaking. I think that Khabib mauls Charles Oliveira.
Oh yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
Because Khabib was just such a different human being.
Like the thing, okay, like people, the reason Islam is a favorite is because of his connections with Khabib. They don't fight the same. Like Khabib was punching you. No matter what he was doing, he was punching you. If I'm standing up, I'm punching you. You're on the ground, I'm punching you. Islam is more like methodical. He's like,
definitely an MMA. Like he's a mixed martial artist.
Yeah, Khabib is a mixed martial artist. Islam is more like, all right,
well,
I'm gonna judo the fuck out of you.
Well, Khabib was like the most successful. I think he's the most successful fighter that's ever been in the UFC. Obviously, he's never really lost a round, never lost a fight, champion, all that. But he was not the most talented MMA fighter. He didn't have the biggest skill set. He didn't have the craziest. But dude, he had a plan, and he just did it every time. Nobody could stop it. Not one person could stop it, even though they knew exactly what was going to happen. So hats off to him. And it was amazing. Not the most skilled guy. I don't think that Islam, from what I've seen, and listen, he's fucked up Dan Hooker, whatever. Everyone forgets that he got his ass knocked the fuck out before. I mean, he got slumped.
Yeah, if you've been knocked out once, it's gonna happen again.
Dude, and the UFC has buried that knockout more than the mainstream media bury a Hunter Biden laptop story. That shit is fucking gone, dude.
Yeah.
Like they'll never ever mention that he got fucking starched like that. Because he's really, if it works out for him, I mean, he replaces Khabib as the star of that market, the Russian market in that area of the world. Although he doesn't have the same charisma, he's not the same kind of guy.
He's not.
Khabib is made for TV. Like he's
smart. Islam isn't smart.
What do y'all mean made for TV?
He is a personality.
Yeah, like
he's unintentionally funny, especially when he didn't know English all the way.
Okay, true.
And then he became that. Then he realizes now you're seeing just like Paulo Costa. Paulo Costa's made for TV. The guy's funny as shit.
True.
Like these guys are made. They can handle themselves with a microphone, with reporters. They're enjoyable as media personalities. Islam Makhachev is not enjoyable as a media personality. He sounds not smart. He sounds more just a guy who should just fight.
I'm not gonna say he's not smart, but he just regurgitates anything Khabib has said.
Sounds not smart. So anyway, listen,
like,
I don't think he's got the same kind of charisma. It all comes down to charisma and personalities. Conor McGregor's a perfect example of charisma. I'm a perfect example of charisma. All right.
Me as well.
You as well. That's why we're on here. But listen, somebody who try hard for charisma is Adesanya. He's a try hard.
That's the thing though. Like when he came in, like he's
always
so much charisma.
No, he's a good fighter. He was like, your fighting's charismatic. You open your mouth, you start saying stupid things. That's the way I feel about him. He's not that cool. He's a real try hard. He seems like a nice fella, but I don't think he's not afraid. One thing about Israel Adesanya, he's not afraid to be on camera. He's just not that great at it. Sean O'Malley's gotten better at it. Sean O'Malley was a try hard also, but now Sean O'Malley's kind of like turned into a grizzled, mean person. He's got a little bit more of an edge.
Yuri Prohaska's pretty good at that.
He's like CM Punk.
Who?
You talking about Sean O'Malley?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gotten a little more. He's he's gotten older. Like you've seen him go from like whatever 20 years old to now he's like, not super old, but how long has he been in the UFC now? 7 years now?
Mm-hmm. Just about.
That's crazy to think about.
But really only 5 because he was out for 2 years because
for cheating.
USADA, he popped twice.
Not once, but twice.
I wouldn't have let that happen to me.
But yeah, there's certain people who have definitely gotten better in the media. So it's going to be interesting to see how Leon Edwards handles being a champion, getting a lot more shine and attention because that's what comes with the territory. Yuri is good at on the mic, smart guy, but there's some people they're not great at it. And
I like how fucking ever since Usman and Leon Edwards fight, like no one's heard anything of either of them.
Because they're just two chill dudes, bro. They got lives.
That shit whack.
That it is whack, but they got lives. They got kids and shit. Like
that's what I mean. I don't think Leon.
So
Edwards,
everybody else.
Yeah, Leon Edwards. Yeah, Leon Edwards isn't much of a media guy.
Headshot dead.
Yeah,
that was a hard line. I'm not going.
That shit was fire.
Yeah, he's a good fighter, and but we'll see because Kamaru, I think, was he got pretty humbled by that. That's a big time thing to happen to you, especially the way he got memed and. Yeah. He was on Rogan. I call him Rogan because we're buddies. But anyway, so he was on Rogan and he seemed like he's in a good spot with it though. I think he knows he can beat the shit out of Leon Edwards.
I mean,
facts.
yeah,
I think
he did.
I think that he didn't. I think that he didn't.
He was reserved for sure.
He wasn't a killer that night.
He didn't push the pace. He didn't
He knew he was a better fighter. He could just stay safe, win the fight.
I don't think he knew he was a better fighter until the 5th round. Honestly, I think that's when, because like you kind of see a drop.
He gave him a lot of respect.
Yeah, you saw I feel like there was a drop though in that 5th round. Like he wasn't as active. His hands weren't.
That's
as high.
because he was like, all right, let's get out of the fight. But I think so. He just had a lot of respect for his striking, and he was like jokingly saying it throughout the whole camp. Like, I'm not as pretty of a fighter as him. I'm not like, he was jokingly saying that, but that's a real mental thing that he knew he had. Leon had above him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was up about that.
Yeah,
and in the fight he had to stay cautious. And then in the 5th round, when he like started being safe, he got knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
And he was still on though, which is crazy. It's not like he was being super safe, but he should have tried to smash him.
He was a little bit, but you're right. The energy level was. He felt like he was on cruise control, kind of just going through.
And we've talked about that. You can coast through fights. You can.
But the consequences still gonna go there.
Safe. But when you're at that level, when that other dude doesn't give a fuck about you or any of your preparation or anything. That's what happens.
Yeah, and they're a fucking assassin with nothing to lose. I mean, at that 5th round, Leon knew he was losing. He had to have known he was losing that fight.
Yeah, definitely.
And that dude, if you watch his corner the whole time, there's some people have a lot of time on their hands. They put together some really cool, like round by round, how that built up to with the Rocky music.
Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah, and then that final round where his coach is like, "You got to do this," and had he lost that fight, had Leon Edwards lost that fight, and you just saw his 1,000-yard stare he had in the corner at that point, people would have said like, "Oh, he was checked out. It was over."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he didn't. His heart wasn't there. You heard his coach trying to get him in. Leon Edwards, but no one knows what's really going through that athlete's mind at that time, what they're doing to get up for this experience, which is not like shooting a free throw. It's not like dropping back to throw a pass. This is fucking going in and I have to kill somebody to get what I want. And that's really what that dude's processing at that particular time in some way, shape, or form.
For sure.
And he went out there and it happened. Whether or not he saw that, I know they showed the video footage of him training that kick and shit like that, which is awesome. I saw they said they did the same thing with Masvidal bodied old fucking tomato can aspirin. They showed the video of that. Now there's a specific video of Leon and his coach, and they literally say that it was exactly what he did. Exactly. And I was like, now there's a lot of footage they could have gone through and been like, all right, this happened to like record it that one day.
Yeah, but the crazy thing, it was fight week.
It was crunch time.
It was exactly what, and that's no matter how good of a fighter you are, there's tells. It's like, no matter kind of a poker player you are, no matter what you are, people have tells, and you can drill, and no matter what, you have these people do silly things like the fact that Luke Rockhold drops his hand every time he throws, like, even though he's a professional fighter who's drilled to not do that thousands and thousands of times.
Yeah, I think tendencies like that show that they were at such a high level that people stopped telling them what they were doing wrong.
But they know that it's wrong. They know
it's
wrong.
No, for sure. But when you get away with that shit in the gym every day because everyone's fucking scared of you, is different.
But you don't think that Luke Rockhold do you think he puts a concerted effort into like making that not a thing? But then it's such a thing.
And that's
it's such a thing to him that it becomes a thing to him.
Yeah.
Like it's like athletes are strange because that's your job. So we can't, like, whenever you see, this is what I think is such a crazy phenomenon. When you see like a guy who gets a one-shot deal in the UFC, or you get a guy that, let's say a backup quarterback comes into a football game, hasn't played ever, and they play lights out that one game because that's a person who's playing with nothing to lose. Right. So they're out there. There's no pressure. You're expected to like not do well, not lose, or but then after a few weeks, people start to see your bad habits and your tendencies. And then it's really easy to figure out, oh, this guy isn't that fucking good.
Yeah.
And no matter what, you can't change those. And so like with guys that do those kind of things, like, and for them to like pick up on that at a high level fight like Usman, like, you're like, oh, he does this all the time. He has to know he does that. He has to know.
I think that it comes with the striking with Trevor Whitman, because it's so much boxing base. And we know like there's difference between boxing, kickboxing, Muay Thai,
definitely
K1,
MMA,
you know what I mean? So that's more of like a boxing technique to get your head off center because they don't have to worry about kicks.
Yeah.
So if you're always drilling to knock people out, like he's training with Gaethje.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's a lot of leg kicks and it's a lot of hooks and uppercuts. So he has to be able to have that boxing, and that's what ended up that skill ended up getting him killed.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Because that was a boxer slip, wasn't it?
Yeah, he slipped and got his head off the center line. But you got to remember that there's kicks from the bottom. You can't get your head off the center line.
Not that far.
Nah, not that far.
Yeah.
You got to just kind of parry the shot, stay closer to center.
He was doing a big exaggerated.
Exactly.
That's something we talk about too, about how, we're like when defense is as beautiful as offense if it's done well, and when you make somebody look silly by just those micro movements. When you're barely, you're like, oh, you can't, and that looks because a lot of times people start waving their heads around in these really large movements.
And it's because motherfuckers are thinking about looking cool rather than doing the shit right.
You look cool after you've done it because you didn't even realize you did it. That's how looking cool goes. You're like, oh, I just did something amazing. It was effortless, and I was being basically in flow state, not in I'm trying to look cool state.
Yeah,
that's how it goes.
You gotta liberate yourself, bro.
But
facts.
Well,
I don't even know where that came from. You gotta do it.
It's from deep in the soul. But you got to trust the technique, and that's the thing about defense that people have a hard time doing, because it's not offensive. So the idea of moving your head a half inch as opposed to 3 inches, even though those are massive movements in fighting, a half inch versus 3 inches, but the half inch is all you need.
Yeah, you want to be able to stay in a phone booth, man,
and be efficient.
Yeah,
all your motions must be efficient. So it's interesting that. No matter what, like I said, no matter how good you are, everyone has tendencies in regards to what they do and how they move. And when you figure out those patterns, especially in fighting, you can have Luke Rockholdy consequences on you. Bad, right? I mean, dude, like I don't know. It's I don't know if you guys notice this though when we're training a lot and like you hold pads for people and you get people in the gym and I notice people's little things they do. So like a lot of times if somebody's they're doing their ones and twos, a lot of people they'll do like one of these and then forward.
Yeah.
Or like they do like a little wrist like they
I know who you're talking about. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Shout out Gabe.
there's I can tell you a few different people in the gym that'll give you little tells. I'm like, and I tell them like, listen, every time you throw a jab, you twist your fist, and then you go. You're like, why? And they don't even know they're doing this.
Yeah.
Or they'll like drop it and then go.
One of my worst habits, I used to flick my shoulder before I jabbed every time, and I get
bad.
countered. That was
That's
bad.
really bad to do. You want to
I don't
make
do that no more.
You want to make
Like-
everything look. You want to make everything look like it's like nothing.
Yeah, you want to make it look like you're just standing in front of them.
And also they're getting hit by things.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. That's why when we went over that golden kick and how effective that is
Man,
such
The
a
true Muay Thai kick, the Muay Thai kick used in the golden era in like the 80s, 70s, early 90s in Thailand.
everything after that is BS.
I'm not gonna lie.
Nah.
I'm not gonna lie. Being getting older in life, the golden kick is much more manageable.
Yeah, bro,
Facts,
it's
bro.
so much easier.
So easy.
Good
And I
on
like-
the knees. I don't got to worry about nothing.
But
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. One of my hopes from the podcast is that we get people into Muay Thai.
Muay Thai, yeah, Muay Thai is the
Facts.
best.
I think we can like make a nice surge.
Well,
dent.
I'm a
in
huge
Muay Thai.
I'm a huge proponent of the martial art. To be honest with you, if you were to ask me, the triage of martial arts that you need to learn, or the what order I would learn them in, you can't really learn the hammer time way till you learn all these. So that's like way up top. That's advanced stuff. But I think that if you wanted to get something in your life that would be effective to start with, you got to start with a Muay Thai class. I think. I think that Muay Thai is the best, and obviously some form of grappling on top of that. But Muay Thai and getting in shape, be able to run away. So you punch and run, punch and run,
Facts.
get out of there. If you're in a street fight, you don't want to be messing around. People pick up bricks. People have guns, knives. I can handle myself. We can handle ourselves. But to the average person, Hammertime Way says, get the fuck out of there. Punch them and run.
Yeah, facts.
It's the best way to get out. Because you start rolling around jiu-jitsu on the ground with somebody, they're going to fucking stomp your face. Things can go really south quick. Anyway, so let's spread the word, the Muay Thai word. I'm all about it.
Facts.
Let's talk about the welterweight division, though. We're on Leon Edwards and Kamaru Usman, which brings us to Colin McClellan, the Irish superstar. Is he Scottish?
Where does Conor McGregor fit into all this?
Yeah, where does he fit into this? So he's moving up to welterweight. Now, how do you guys feel his odds are of even doing any kind of damage at welterweight?
I think, okay, let's look at the top 15. Michelle Pereira.
I don't think he beats
That's a
any
tough
guys.
one.
I don't think Conor McGregor beats any of the guys.
That's a tough one. Damn. D-Rod? Nah.
Well, listen, who does
He
he
too big, bro.
dude? Does he beat Sean Brady? come
no, Sean Brady.
Sean Brady's a motherfucker.
He would grapple the shit out.
I
of
like
him.
to. I would like to listen. The only person Conor McGregor beats in the welterweight division right now is
Usman, definitely.
no. What was
switch head
no
kick?
George Masvidal. That's the only guy Conor McGregor has a chance against.
I would, yeah.
That's
yeah,
it. Who else is he going to
actually.
beat in there? But Sente Luque beat him up. All those guys have beat him up.
Bro.
He's-
Luke getting knocked out is still wild.
Gilbert Burns would fuck Conor McGregor up.
Gilbert might spare him. He'll just be like,
Conor
all right, I'm gonna
McGregor,
play the
like-
jiu-jitsu game with you.
Maybe Conor's been out for a couple of years though. Now he's got a surgically repaired leg. He's got a chemically repaired body. He should be.
I didn't catch that until you laughed.
He
So,
should
damn.
be. I mean, could Conor even beat Bilal Muhammad at this point?
No,
Fuck no, he not beat
Bilal
Bro,
Muhammad.
Bilal Muhammad is fucking nice.
He's such a good fighter,
That's
but
what I
his
mean.
style is so boring. But
Yeah.
he's a great fighter.
bro. I mean, everybody that wrestles style is boring.
Hey, come on.
He's like a really he's like bad.
I love wrestling, bro. It fucked my hair up. But I
Bilal-
love wrestling.
Bilal Muhammad is a bad version of Khabib. That's all there is to it.
Facts.
But he's not. He's going to win fights. There's not a lot of people that can beat him in that. Especially he's got a style that not a lot of guys use in that particular division at this point. Now we've got Colby Covington is fighting Hamzat next, correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's gonna happen.
Is that like signed, sealed, delivered?
It's not signed, sealed, delivered, but they're talking about it. Also, I've been hearing rumors that Hamzat got his like passport revoked, but his manager is saying the opposite.
I don't think it will, but you never know that guy. It seems like a dodgy fuck.
Yeah.
Heck of a morning. Why Colby? I'm not thinking. Yeah, so it hasn't been guaranteed yet, but I think it's in the cards. I think Colby wants it. I think Colby's waiting for his whole court thing to get over with, though.
I don't think so. He can do that. He can do both.
Yeah, maybe. Depends on how much CTE got for getting punched in the face by Boswell in the streets.
3% CTE.
So
That's a lot.
That is
well,
anything over 1% CTE
yeah.
is a lot.
So if we're talking about welterweight, though, it's an interesting shakeup now that Usman's like not at the top of the food chain, but then we had Kevin Holland retire for
That motherfucker.
he likes attention.
Oh,
He likes attention. He does.
Bro, that
He
made
loves
me
it. He
so
walks
mad,
around looking
bro.
for crime with a police scanner on.
yeah. How the fuck he always gets?
He's got a-
I genuinely think he just has bad luck when it comes to that.
He's got a police scanner. He's got a police scanner driving around. He's
But
so
that's
bored.
okay. So I'm down for that theory, but the thing is, he be there like before it happens. That's why I genuinely think that man just has
It be his
terrible-
friends.
He's setting it all up. He's setting it up. He's setting up like Ray Munson and Kingpin. He's like fucking. He's got his buddies coming
That
over.
would be sick, bro. I'd be so disgusted.
Shout out Kevin Holland.
No,
For
so
real,
he
man.
retired for about a week or so, and then you like people were like crying about him, like he's like we're losing some kind of national treasure.
I was
we
crying about it.
are.
Yeah, well, he's not. He wasn't gone for long. You'd have to miss him for long, did you?
Yeah,
Nah,
He's
facts.
back.
We thought he was going to karate combat.
I thought he was
Bro, I
gonna.
wanted him to go to karate
That
combat
would've been
so
so sick.
bad.
That would've been
Well,
so sick.
I think fucked up.
Dude,
Kevin
Yes.
in karate, I feel
I
like
got fucked up.
those guys
I
are pretty good at that
disagree.
karate combat.
They
shit.
Bro, they
are,
be
bro.
spinning quick, bro. This not no 8th grade taekwondo no
Yeah, I
more.
mean, you're
bro.
not worried about-
facts.
This ain't that.
You're not in high school no more, fam.
when you're not worried about takedowns or any other kind of weird things, you can do that shit. So it looks like an action film. It's
They need to
crazy.
start getting more traditional martial artists in that, bro. That's gonna be the thing for traditional martial artists.
Traditional martial artists are pussies.
Yo, I'm
They
trying to
are, but, like,
fucking
we
get
gonna
my
see them
Wing
not
Chun
motherfuckers
on.
out.
Traditional martial artists never want to do anything except for talk about how badass they are. They don't really want to get in there and scrap it up. They have dojos and strip malls, and they give 13-year-olds black belts. That's what those guys are like. So anyway,
Facts.
but karate, like, listen, Kevin Holland is fighting. Listen, we're basically getting MMA's version of karate combat. He's fighting Wonder Boy.
Facts.
Bro, this is Kung Fu versus
So-
karate. This is gonna be crazy.
So this is going to be an interesting fight. And I was talking to Ronnie J before you came. We all got together here, and what we were talking about is why is Wonder Boy taking this fight? Well,
Probably has one fight left on his contract. Kevin Holland probably been calling him out for a year or two.
I think he's sick of chasing the title because he's only getting grapplers.
Yeah, bro, for real.
He doesn't want nothing to do with that embarrassment anymore. Bilal
Everybody in the
Muhammad
top
just-
5 can grapple.
I know, but like he doesn't want none of that shit. So he's like, oh, a guy that only stands up and fights and sucks at wrestling. Perfect. Let's
go.
do this.
I think that Wonder Boy's gonna take him down.
That would be fucked. I would be so mad. I would be like, you bitch, like you bitch.
I would love that just for a laugh.
yeah, and then get back up.
That's
And
gonna be a great fight week with those guys though, because they're
Yeah.
both really cool people and they're nice, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be funny to watch them interact and then actually have to go in there and scrap.
Very genuine dudes. I
You
like
know,
that.
like Kevin Holland is way more confrontational. Like he'll start shit backstage and he's willing to go and get in your in your
and then
face
get beat up.
and then your
He
ass.
did. He got
kicked.
pushed.
Yo,
kicked, bro.
he.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the fight in the backstage.
Oh no! He got beat up the next day or the next week. Like,
He got manhandled.
bro, it was like he was Lee Jang Liang.
bro. It
Lee
was
Jang
wor-
Liang
it-
was even
no,
better.
That was worse. That was worse than what happened to Lee Jang Liang because that was basically Kamzat playing with his food. Kamzat was like, all right, take you down. Oh, you can scramble a little bit. Cool. Boom, control him. And like he just shut down everything Kevin could do. Hey, Kevin's a hell of a scrambler though. I didn't expect
What the
that.
fuck does that even mean?
He can scramble well.
To
Like,
what? To getting choked out?
yeah.
He scrambled to getting submitted?
Hey, if that was a scramble against Sean Brady, he would have been on his ass. Not
oh
really.
my gosh,
Not
dude. That Kevin Holland is not a complete fighter. Sorry,
He's-
Kevin.
I mean,
You can come to my wrestling seminar anytime you want and get some grappling tips because
I like
Bro,
the way he
please
strikes
do.
from guard. I
oh
like
my
that's
gosh.
the most unique thing he does. His
So
strikes
listen,
from
this is
guard.
the hand. This you know what the UFC listen, I don't think I see how this all goes down. So this is how Dana approaches this, and this is how they're like, you know what? This Kevin Holland guy, people like him. We can't let him go.
He's the trailblazer.
We cannot let this guy get out of the UFC's grip, even though he's not a great fighter. He never wins. We can't let this guy go for some reason. Let's keep him under our umbrella. Who can we give him the fight? Who's the most agreeable guy at 170? Who doesn't know how to wrestle? Oh, Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy has no leverage right now. He's not winning fights, right? So they're like, you know what, Wonder Boy? Let's make some money. And they're gonna let him headline a fucking fight. It's a 5-rounder. I think they're headlining a UFC Orlando.
We gotta go to that.
Oh, we could fly down there in the G6.
Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. Let me look into that. See what we can do. See, we'll get a, the usual accommodations,
Come on now. You know
top
what we do.
notch.
You know how
Top
we live it.
notch. We know how we do it.
Go to Disney.
Little Disney. We'll rent out
Fight
Disney World
Mickey
for the
Mouse.
night. So anyway, yeah, we'll see how that goes with Kevin Holland. But who do you like in that fight?
I don't know.
Kevin Holland third round submission or Stephen Thompson.
Did you just say submission? What are you talking about
Fourth
submissions
round.
for?
Cause this is MMA. Let's get crazy, guys. Like,
Yo,
stop
so can we
playing.
talk about Travis Lutter now or
Bro, he's the Michael Jordan of BJJ.
Travis Lutter.
Michael Jordan-esque.
He's
in
a
his
Michael. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Hey, no. Speaking.
Absolutely
Listen.
not.
Let's like Kevin Holland. I think that's the Wonder Boy beats him up on the feet. Just my opinion, because it's usually right, and I'm an expert. And so, but one more thing before, because we're about to run into the last few minutes here of the show. What do you guys think about Bo Nickel? Where does he go at 170? Does he have a shot of becoming the greatest welterweight in the world? I think he does.
me too?
I think he does. I think this guy is an absolute. I think he's a real huge problem for these people. I think he's going to be a grappling level of not Khabib, but he's going to be the best grappler at 170 pounds. And it looks like he can throw hands. Now, I think he also opened up a top team right outside of Penn State.
Yeah, that's been open since they opened
That's where
that about 2 years
that's
ago.
where he's training at. He's kind of the big guy over there.
Yeah.
And what's interesting about this, and if they start to really, if the UFC's smart, they start to really almost scout college wrestlers, because
Absolutely.
Yeah.
there's a whole crop of men and women who are incredibly good at wrestling but have no shot at sniffing the Olympics. And once the NCAA is over, you can go do Jordan Burroughs stuff, but Jordan Burroughs is also an Olympic athlete. So if you're not Olympic caliber, you're not going to be really wrestling at that next level, and there's not a lot of money in it. So it behooved the UFC to get all these dudes who are good at this one thing, which if you can wrestle at that high of a level, you're automatically close to being a high level MMA fighter.
You're top 10.
You're gonna you
Top
can
15 at
in,
least.
if you've wrestled and you are, let's say, a Big Ten champion runner up, you're a Big Ten wrestler, period, but you're a good wrestler. When you get out, if you train martial arts for about a year, you can have MMA fights and probably win a bunch of them.
To be honest, my boy, we went to high school together. He his name's Chase. He fights up in Ohio now. And he wrestled through high school, went to Ohio State
God.
or
Oh,
Ohio,
no
I
way.
forget.
Oh,
Yeah.
No,
God.
I forget what it is, but he went somewhere in Cleveland, and he was a wrestler there all 4 years, and then like he just had, I think he's on his third MMA fight, just literally strikes a little bit, takes him down, beats him
Smashes
up
him.
first round.
Yep.
It's like 3-0, 3 knockouts.
It's such an advantage, and it'll propel you into a level. And then obviously you're gonna run into other guys.
Yeah,
that
but
can
he
do that.
had trains at a Stipe's gym up there.
Okay, I was about to say, like, if you like tell him to train a
Strong
strong
arm,
style,
a
yeah,
strong style.
Strong style, yeah.
They
Good.
turn
good.
wrestlers into like fucking striking.
It is it
geniuses,
is, you know,
really.
and the more and more the longer I hang around MMA and the gyms and places and people who fight, The biggest regret I hear from most fighters is that they didn't wrestle in high school.
Yep.
That's the biggest regret. And it's something that, I think because of MMA, because of UFC, because of people like Gordon Ryan and people like Eddie Bravo and Jordan Burroughs and Flow Wrestling and again, ambassadors of the sport, just like with Muay Thai.
Yeah.
Ambassadors of the sport are making it not, dude, if you're an athlete, especially a football player, in the off season, if you want to get better, wrestle.
That's why I started wrestling.
Yo, fucking, I regret because I played football.
Yeah,
is not wrestling because it would have I was a fucking safety. It would have helped my tackling weight. Like,
dude,
so much
it
more. I
You
would
have
have more
monster
confidence.
too,
dude. All
Yeah, nice.
tackling is a double. It's a double.
It's just a double leg, yeah. And if I would have known
When
that,
clicked, I started getting so
if
many
I would have
tackles.
fucking known that and translated that over, but I did indoor track, which was fun too.
Yeah. Track is definitely fun, but but wrestling's a hard sell because people think things about it. They think that it's not a comfortable sport. Anybody who wrestles in college and it's like a walk on or not getting scholarship and you wrestle in college, hats off, because you're voluntarily doing something that's really hard with not a lot of fucking benefit to it.
Facts.
Yeah.
It's really difficult, and so. The wrestling mindset's another thing that people don't understand. Even if you wrestled for a year in high school or even just had a match and went through some of the experiences, it's
different.
It's different. There's a lot to it. And I think that you're going to see a lot more athletes gravitating towards it because it is challenging and hard. And if you want to have a career in mixed martial arts, I think that's a good foundation for it. All right. Before we get out of here, one thing we really need here, we're offering a chance. We're trying to get to our 100th subscriber. The 100th subscriber gets to have a glossy signed 8x10 of me and a lock of one of my hair. 100th subscriber, a lock of the hair, and a glossy 8x10 signed by Mace Hammertime himself, the deadliest man in the known universe and multiverse at this particular point. Now, we're on all the social media outlets. What do we got going on, Deuce?
I'm on Instagram. We are Mace Hammertime Mma. On Twitter, we are Mace Hammertime, and then on YouTube, you know where we are, Mace Hammertime Mma.
So yeah, we're out of here for today. We're going to be doing some more training here at the Beach Villa. It's been great. This has been the Mace Hammertime Mma Power Hour show. I'm Mace Hammertime, the deadliest man in the known universe.
It's your boy Ronnie J.
Deuce Almighty.
500 Hammer Time out.
Ow.
Woo!